What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Roblox Piggy video. In this video, we're going to be talking about TSP. So this is a video I've been meaning to make for a while, and a lot of you guys requested me make this video after yesterday's video. So here we are. We're going to be revealing everything we know about TSP, and I actually figured out something that might lead us to exactly who it is. Something that I actually haven't seen anyone ever talk about before. But we're going to get into all that in this video, so be sure to stay tuned until the end, and there's a lot to cover, so let's just hop into it. So first off, let's go over what TSP stands for, and this is the one thing we just don't really know what it is. We know it's an acronym for something, so TSP, I know there's a lot of suggestions like the search party or the sister piggies. I'm sure there's millions of different suggestions out there. And of course, leave your ideas down below in the comment section as to what you think TSP stands for. With that being said, I do want to say that TSP does not stand for the super potato. I see this online all the time. I've even seen a few videos talking about it. For the people that don't know, there's actually a character in Peppa Pig called the super potato, TSP. That's the initials of it, and a lot of people figure that that's what it is in Piggy 2. However, I can 100% guarantee you that that is not what it is. TSP is not the super potato, simply because the super potato is copyrighted, and if Minitoon used that, especially on merch or on other items, he would most definitely get sued, and that would not be fun. So it's definitely not the super potato. Moving on, though, we also know that TSP is a group of people. It's not a single person or anything like that. It's a group of people. And the reason why we know that is there's actually a note. I'll put it up on the screen. This is in chapter 9 in a filing cabinet inside of the city, and it says, "We need to start recruiting soon. I'll start with my closest friends, TSP." Keywords there, we need to start recruiting soon, so it's obviously already a group of people, and they're going to start recruiting more people into TSP, starting with their friends. So it's definitely a group here. It's not one person. Now, something else really interesting to take in a note here, and looking at my notes, let me know if I missed one, but TSP has visited the mall, the carnival, the city, and a few other locations along the way that I'm sure we have also visited. And these locations are really interesting because why in the world would a random group of survivors visit the mall, the carnival, the city? I could maybe see a mall and city, right? That makes sense. You know, they're going there looking for supplies. But if there is a zombie piggy apocalypse, why in the world would you go to a carnival? I have an idea, and I'll talk more about that here in a bit, but it is a little bit weird. Another odd note with TSP, and this is again revealed in a note, is that they actually have a plan that involves the virus. And let me read the note. The note says, "We can take advantage of the situation going on for our own plans. Thanks, Mr. P, TSP." Now, this is really interesting, of course, but it's also really weird, and it also reveals a fact that a lot of people haven't really talked about, and that's that TSP, they know who Mr. P is. Now, of course, Mr. P runs a carnival. I'm sure a lot of people know who Mr. P is, but I'm sure a lot of people probably don't know that Mr. P is actually the one who started the virus, and in this note, it's revealed that TSP actually knows that he started the virus. Now, I know a few of you guys are probably going to say, well, maybe it was on the TV, maybe it was on the internet, that the scientist named Mr. P, maybe he did start the virus, and maybe that's where they know him from. But it actually goes a little bit further, because TSP actually knows who Doggy and Foxy are. Now, this is where things get really weird, because Doggy and Foxy, they'd never really met each other. So how in the world would TSP not only know who Foxy is, but also know who Doggy is? There's a note here. I'll put it up on screen. This is from chapter 8, and it says, "Doggy and Foxy got what was coming from them," and this is from TSP. Now, of course, Foxy was assumingly working with Mr. P, so this means that TSP not only knew who Mr. P was, but they also knew who his friends were, i.e. Foxy. Going even further than that, though, it also means that TSP knows who Doggy is, which is really weird, because Doggy was just a random police officer, or was he? Was he a random police officer? Maybe Doggy was part of TSP all along? I mean, how in the world would a random group from a city, from somewhere completely different, know who a random police officer is that's worked with us? Like, that's weird. Now, the other interesting thing is that we don't exactly know that they're evil either. Obviously, they have some really weird motives and situations going on, but we don't really know that they've done anything specifically evil. For example, right outside the entrance of the carnival map, there's actually a note, and I'll put it up on screen again. It says, "For those looking for safety, this is the worst place to look." And there's also another note that says, "Do not open monster inside," which is right outside of Foxy's cage. Now, if this was a group of really bad guys, why in the world would they warn people to not not go in the carnival. Like that again doesn't really make a lot of sense. And of course, the other note, do not open monster inside, that's actually a reference to the first episode of The Walking Dead, where there is a sign that says do not open dead inside. I'll put it up on screen. So it's a direct reference to The Walking Dead there. So now the question is, who exactly is TSP? Could Doggy have been related to it? Could Foxy have been related to it? TSP never mentioned, or Mr. P never mentions them, so it can't be Mr. P. But it has to be someone who knows Mr. P and Mr. P's friends, because why else would TSP know Mr. P and his friends? And why else would they know who Doggy is? Like this just doesn't make sense. Personally, I think it would be quite the big plot twist if it is revealed that Doggy was somehow involved in this. Obviously, a lot of that stuff is going to be coming in Piggy 2, which Minitoon has said that when Piggy 2 comes out, we will find out once and for all who TSP is and what it stands for. So we will be getting that answered in the future. And another interesting note too is that Minitoon himself didn't actually come up with the idea. It was actually IKEA's who built a lot of the maps for Piggy. She had an idea of throwing in this random group that we would learn about through each map, and Minitoon thought it was a good idea, and obviously it was. So yeah, man, I guess it boils it down to a few characters, but like, could it be characters we already know, or could it be new characters? Like, I don't know. Leave a comment down below with all your thoughts. This is definitely very interesting. And then of course the other question is, what exactly were they doing at like the carnival? Like what was their point of going to the carnival? Like that's the other question. Like man, there's so many questions. Like the more you think about it, there's just more questions, more and more questions going on here. But if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Every time someone subscribes, I had an interesting joke there, but it didn't really come out of my mouth. So just go ahead and subscribe. And of course, keep using star code RealKreek, and it just, you know the drill. Every time someone uses my star code, it allows me to buy more Roblox codes. More Roblox codes means more Roblox codes for you guys. So keep using star code RealKreek. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.